Hello, I'm Gary Slyman, President and Founder of Great Transition Strategies. Today's topic, setting team norms. Does the team you're on have norms of behavior? Of course they do. Does your team have a set of written norms that you revisit on a regular basis that you put together? I bet you about half of you will say no. And that's about what I found. In my team coaching, I use the 6 conditions model. And in that model, which is defined by research, it shows that of any team, to have a sound structure, you need to have a good set of team norms. Norms that are agreed upon. This is how this team operates. So, if you want a high-performing team, one of the key steps to putting your structure together is to have team norms. And here, I'm going to give you a methodology real quickly on how to do that. All right, so let's get started. Bring your team together. You could do this in an hour. You could do it in an hour. So let's say you have a team, 6, 8, 10. Every individual, brainstorm individually. Step 1, brainstorm individually. Write down the norms that you expect. Every individual write down the norm they expect on some kind of sticky paper, 8 by 10, because you're going to put these up on a whiteboard. I write down my norm. Good communication, respect, timeliness. When I write down what I want, I also write the definition of that. Timeliness. We start and end all meetings on time. The definition is the behavior that I expect when that norm is being fulfilled. All right, so I write them down. Brainstorming is done. Next, let's group them. Someone comes up, puts a norm up on the board, says timeliness. Anyone else and read it. Timeliness, reads their definition. Anyone else that's the same, puts them up on the board in a group. Next, another one. So now you have all these groups. So that's 2. You're done through step 2. Next is consolidate. The goal here, shrink it this way and shrink it this way. There are some redundant definitions. You can consolidate definitions. So shrink them, shrink it this way. Oh, this doesn't make sense. So there's a whole discussion that goes on about what's up there. What are the big categories? So now you might want to bring a few more together. These are redundant. Consolidate this way and this way. Last, now you have up on the board, my recommendation is no more than 7. You choose what works for you, but now get the definitions right, because you have now come up with, let's say, 7 big norms that you think are important, and now you need to get the definitions right. The discussion that takes place in putting those definitions together is extremely important and valuable. You get the definitions right. Now you have the big categories, you have the definitions. What's next? Nail it down. Now get to the detail. Here is the norm, here is the definition. And once you have that definition confirmed, the last step is you publish it, and everyone confirms that they're going to adhere to it. Everyone commits to, I agree with these norms, and I commit to adhering to them. Couple thoughts. Write them in the positive. Don't. When you write them, you don't want the word don't in there. Don't show up late. You want to do something, arrive on time, start and end meetings on time. Word them in the positive. Think about, there needs to be some level of accountability. How are you going to hold each other accountability? There needs to be some level there. How often are we going to review these? Now that you've put them in place, should these come up for review on some kind of regular basis? When a new team member comes, you probably want to bring that person up to speed, because you've all been in this great discussion that's been really valuable to how this team's going to operate. You want to bring that person up to speed as well. So there you have it. In an hour's time, as a group, you have worked through this together. Everyone has ownership. Everyone has authored this together. So first, brainstormed individually was number 1. Grouped them. After you grouped them, you have them all up there in groups. Then you consolidated them. Then you wrote the definitions. Then you published and you committed to them. Great way to put team norms in place, make it effective, ensure you have a level of accountability, ensure you have some kind of review in there. Hope you found that helpful. I look forward to an opportunity to help you put your team norms in place and work with you and your team.